What's up, guys? It has been few seconds after leaving the 10 steps to getting rid of your crazy boyfriend. Now, we're leaving the 10 more steps to getting rid of your crazy boyfriend. Here we
Bonjour, my name is
go.
Andrea from Paris. Please like and... Nah, I'm just kidding, guys. It's me again. Gotcha. You
You got
languages,
me.
Verdado. So, where were we? Oh, yeah.
And that was it. Fed up with her joke, I tracked her down and shot her. I was later arrested for murder.
My band almost broke up. My manager tried to take control of my life. My father was in an accident. My boyfriend was keeping a huge secret from me. And my mom had come back into my life after almost 10 years. Am I forgetting some other misery? Yeah, I'm also really hungry. Oh, right. I hadn't eaten anything since before the concert. But at that time, we had more important things on our plate. Alice, I told you to get away from him. Who does she think she is to tell me what to do? No. First, you owe me an explanation. Why have you left? Where have you been all these 10 years? Why have you never called? Why are you coming back now? Why? Well, I guess she owed more than one explanation. Maybe we should leave.
And miss the showdown?
Yeah, let's give them some privacy.
Yes.
That's
what are you
Mr.
even doing here in the first place?
We'll wait outside.
No, nobody leaves. And you better start talking before we start improvising a bad cop, good cop scene. And no, Luke, you can't be the good cop. But Alice, no excuses. Just spill the beans. My mom took a seat and a deep breath, then remained in silence for a few minutes. I couldn't wait to know the truth. I was impatient, nervous, stressed.
She just kept sprinting towards the
I
door.
was tired. Then she started talking about her life, you know, blah, blah, blah. Some really revealing stuff and other things. And then the end. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just exhausted. It's not that easy to narrate 4 parts in a row. The life of an MSA star is harder than it looks. You know what, guys?
Yeah.
Let's mix things up a little.
Okay, this goes so dramatic. The life of a star was so hard. Oh, my mom just came back after 5 years, but I'm too bored to listen to that. They don't want to know why she abandoned me. Who pays attention to that? Who cares about that part? That's boring.
I know you're probably tired of hearing my voice. At least I am. So let's hear my mom's.
And I know you're probably tired of hearing my
See you
voice.
later, alligators. Hi, kids. I'm Carrie, Alice's mom. I know most of you must hate me, but
Hi.
hold off until you hear my side of the story. If you still hate me later, well, don't put it in the comments. I don't think I can handle having my own haters. Let's start from the beginning.
Really?
After I got married and had Alice, my life was practically perfect. Lovely family, a career climbing. Life was looking up. When Alice was finishing elementary school, my big shot arrived.
Carrie, we want you to lead the case against the Siri clan.
Oh, yes, I'll do it. Their time has come. Justice will be served. The Siri clan was one of the largest and most dangerous criminal groups in the country. They were the
Not the
worst
Shadows.
of the worst, fixing sports events, moving narcotics, blackmailing politicians, and even kidnapping kittens in their spare time. You
That's
name
crazy.
it, they did it.
Get ready. This is gonna change your
Not Whiskers!
Boy, it did.
Wait a minute, let me go check on my cat. Felix? Felix!
Imagine at the time how much it would cost me. I couldn't tell anyone about my involvement with the case, not even my family. Still, the clan found out pretty much everything about me. I soon started receiving threatening phone calls, menacing letters, and gifts of dubious taste. The prosecution put security on us. The suit guys followed us all around without Alice and her father knowing. But that didn't stop the Siri clan. Oh no. A few days before the trial, I received an envelope in my office. Inside, there were pictures of Alice at school, in the park, coming in and out of the house.
Now listen here, you old stupid woman. You're gonna abandon your daughter for no apparent reason, or we're gonna leak these photos to the world. Everyone's gonna see pictures of your daughter. You don't want that, do you?
Everywhere. I thought about calling the police, but it was too dangerous. I had to do something. So, I went to see the head of the clan, ready to put my career aside
That's
and
a
my
good
principles
idea.
in exchange for the safety of my family. But he was a tough negotiator.
I have a counteroffer.
They not only forced me to sabotage the lawsuit against them, but also made me work for them as their legal counsel for years. They never stopped following Alice. They had no choice but to stay and help them grow their criminal empire even further. So, that's why I left. Because now I'm a criminal and I can't even look
Plot
at
twist.
you.
The other dude
Then why
was
did
the
you come
head
back?
boss.
After I left, I blocked your numbers, but I never changed mine. The hospital called me saying there had been an accident, and I had to come and make sure you were okay. I guess I'm still your emergency contact.
Of course. There's no other person I want to see in an emergency.
He's such a flirt.
Her daughter in the background
It
punching
is,
the air.
Not only in emergencies.
I think Alice's dad has the hots for Alice's mom.
You don't say.
I'm just glad I get to see you again.
Oh my god, Dad, stop flirting with her. Have you forgotten that she abandoned us for like 10 years? Are you sure you don't have a concussion? Let's call the doctors to do more tests.
I'm fine, Alice. I guess old habits die hard.
He smiled at me, and even after all these years, just like the first time I saw him playing in the subway, I felt fireworks inside. How could I help it? Look at him. He is as attractive as he was 10 years ago.
He looks like a
Even
lumberjack.
more. You can tell he's been hitting the gym. Check out his arms, his shoulders, his... Okay, that's enough. This is still a family channel. I'll take it from here. As you can imagine, my mom's story was like a roller coaster for me. And by the end, I was pretty dizzy. I didn't know what to say, but at the same time, I had hundreds of questions to ask. At first, I needed some air, like a lot of air, and something to eat. So I walked out of the hospital, and then I saw it. That was really love at first sight. Thank God. I ran to it, and I ordered half a dozen hot dogs. What? Lady has to eat too, you know. Besides, can't think with an empty stomach, right? Bon
That's
appetit.
crazy.
Note from the MSA producers. Due to the disgusting nature of the following images, we have decided to censor the next part.
That's
I
crazy.
so
No! Stop! Not the hot dogs! The hot dogs!
needed that. Now I can think straight. Let's get this over with. I walked back to the hospital, but stopped dead in my tracks when I saw Mom and Camillo talking at the entrance.
We should try to be friends. After all, we are family.
You don't scare me. And why should he? Oh, let me guess. He probably is the son of the boss of that clan, and he's just dating me because he has a secret agenda.
And that was it. Turns out that's exactly what happened. Camillo shot both of them.
Right? No, not at all. So, why should I get away from him? Maybe I got carried away. To be honest, I don't think you guys are really a match. I mean, you are a Cancer and he is a Capricorn. Those are the least compatible signs in the horoscope.
I'm actually a Scorpio.
Oh, then it's okay. You have my blessing.
Great! Thanks, Mom.
Camillo hugged my mom. Their performance was as believable as a bunch of elementary school kids acting out Shakespeare for the end of the year play. Of course I knew there was something wrong. I'm not an idiot, guys. I asked Camillo about it.
Well, that's debatable.
Why does my mother hate you so much? What did you do? But he always came up with different excuses.
It's because I'm Italian. She hates poets. She doesn't like my cologne. I think she must be in love with me.
Eventually, I stopped asking. I know it sounds crazy, but
Yeah.
after so much time, things were somehow in order and part of me didn't want anything to change. Sure, I knew that things sooner or later were gonna bite me, and trust me, when they did, it hurt like a dog bite. The next few days were
Ow.
truly bizarre. My mom came back into our lives as suddenly as she had left. Every time I went to visit my dad, she was there, and the two
Ah,
of them
Matt.
together
Oh, what's that?
were absolutely
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
unbearable. You guys know I'm a
Who
sucker
is
for
that?
love, but they were too much even for me. Here comes the plane.
Can I have a bite of the pilot too?
Ew.
Don't start. Last time things got out of hand.
Ew.
When my dad was discharged, she took care of him at home. They even urged me to
And
come back
that's
to
how
visit
this
them
video
so we could
got
be a happy
demonetized.
family. Before saying no, I actually considered it for like half a millisecond. But Mom was determined to get back into my life by hook or by crook. Like some regular mom and her teenage daughter, we spent all of our time together fighting. The thing was that I was not a teenager anymore, and she wasn't like a regular mom, which made things really weird. Where are you going? With whom? What time will you be back? I want my lawyer here. I am your lawyer. Talk. To a club with Moon and Luke around 2. That's too late. You can go till 12. But
Make me. And that was it, because that's exactly what she did. She strapped a bomb to her neck. When she did not return on time, her and everyone in the club was exploded. The mother was later arrested for terrorism and murder.
what's Missy? It was kind of fun to make up for lost time. You're so mean. I hate you. I
That's
always wanted
crazy.
to yell at my mom that I
You're
hate her
so
for some
mean.
stupid
I hate
reason,
you.
like a normal teenager. Although I would never admit it then,
I've always wanted to yell my mom. Ah!
having Mom back was amazing.
That's
But
crazy.
still, she really had it in for Camillo. And it wasn't, of course, just because of our zodiac signs. She started playing detective, attempting to sabotage our relationship. She tailed us in secret to our dates. Remind you of anyone? I guess the apple doesn't fall that far from the tree. Of course, she didn't know about my successful career as a matchmaker. Table 5 said you would take care of their check. Since when is bread so expensive? After that, she sent me
Got 'em.
flowers and gifts from a mysterious secret admirer. Free chocolate. But that was nothing. It got to the point where she tried to kill Camillo. I didn't know he was allergic to nuts. I told you like yesterday. Oh, it must have slipped my mind. Then she went all in and planned a blind date for me and Kwan, who was a few days away from returning to Korea. I had to admit that it was a beautiful date, and Kwan looked so attractive. But I had a boyfriend and he had a girlfriend. I'm so sorry my mom put you up to this.
Don't worry. It's always nice to spend some time with you.
Won't your girlfriend mind?
I don't have a girlfriend anymore. She left me. She
That's
said my
crazy.
heart was still entangled with something here.
And what
That's
is that
crazy.
something here?
I think you already know.
Kwan smiled at
No.
me, and I blushed so much that I could have become a stunt double for Poe. You know, the
Ew.
red Teletubby. Change the subject, Alice. This could get out of
Boo.
hand. I don't know what my mom has against Camillo. She hates his guts with a passion, but he didn't do anything.
I think you should try.
Have you ever wished you could play a video game your way?
Ah,
Where you can be invincible?
give me a sec. Give me a second. Okay, sorry about that. My sister was in the room. My mom started yelling at her for not doing her social study work.
And
Okay, I mean,
what
it's
my mom
not
has
doing
against
that.
Camillo, she hates his guts with a passion,
It's
but
not
he
doing
didn't
that.
do anything.
I think you should trust your mom. I know you two have a complicated history, but she must be doing this for a very good reason, and you can't keep ignoring it.
At first, I thought Juan was only saying this because he was jealous. But then I started to think he had a point. Turns out, his words were absolutely right on target. When I got home that same night, I did what I promised I would never do. I went through my boyfriend's computer.
That's
Guys,
crazy.
This is me not setting a good example. Don't follow my lead on this one. Remember how I said things would come back to bite me in the butt? Well, they did. More than a dog bite. It was a crocodile bite. Among Camillo's files,
But wait,
I
both
found
of
a
them.
book about me. Yes, you heard right. Camillo was writing a book about my life behind my back. Actually, no, he wasn't writing it. It was already finished. What the? To no one's surprise, it turns out that behind it all was Trevor. He had signed over my image rights from our contract to Camillo to write a bestseller airing all my dirty laundry. For the next few hours, I read the entire book. Not only did it expose my deepest fears and desires, those I had confided in him, but it also detailed my mother's criminal history with the Siri clan. If this gets out, she will go to jail. And the worst part of it all, the book was due out in 2 days. Just as my world was collapsing, the collapser opened the door.
Hi, honey.
I was more than ready to use my drumsticks to turn him into a human skewer, but I didn't. I understood that my only advantage at that moment was that he didn't know that I knew. So I pretended that everything was fine and took the first opportunity to get the hell out of there. We're out of milk. I'm gonna go buy some.
We
That's
have
crazy.
milk.
But not almond milk.
Since when do you like almond milk?
Since forever? You don't
I
know every
like
single
almond
detail about
milk.
me? Well, maybe I lost it for a moment. Once I escaped
Even
from
though
there,
I'm
I met
allergic
with
to
my mother.
almonds.
She confessed to me that
Yeah, I
she
found that
knew
one out the
about
whole
Camilla's
way.
book. A few weeks ago, my boss told me that someone was snooping about my past and the trial. They thought they were the prosecutors, but when I saw the photo, I recognized Camillo immediately. I'd seen him in every photo and interview of you two. You follow my career? Of course I do. I'm your biggest fan. My mom found out he was writing a book, but when she tried to warn me, he threatened to reveal another big secret. My mother was betraying the clan. She was preparing a case with the prosecution, taking advantage of her inside knowledge to bring down the Siri clan once and for all. If that came out, not only would the case collapse, but we would be in grave danger. The release of the book would have the same result. So we soon regrouped with my dad, Moon, Luke, and Quan to shut down the release of my unauthorized biography. I'd say. We split up and went to different districts to buy all the copies of the book that were ready to circulate. Yeah, we spent a lot of money on books. In the meantime, my mom managed to get a legal order to stop the printing of new copies, arguing that they did not have my authorization. Amazingly, we managed to stop the book from coming out. We gathered all the copies and made a huge campfire. Not great for the environment, I know. Again, don't follow my lead on this one, guys.
Anyone want a
This
marshmallow?
You're
is
still leaving tomorrow? Maybe you can stick around for a bit.
And that was it. Some random Joe grabbed the book, started sprinting. Then made illegal copies. They were both dragged into an alley and murdered. The others were soon to follow the exact same fate.
I'd love to, but I have to go home. But you should visit me.
Maybe I will. Sadly, our victory was short-lived. Feeling defeated, Trevor and Camillo leaked the book virtually, and it soon went viral. What ensued was absolute chaos. My name became a trending topic, and the news went crazy with my mother's criminal story. Soon, reporters were swarming my house and my parents' house looking for a comment. My phone literally exploded from the number of calls and messages it received. To make matters worse, Camillo went on TV to present the book, badmouth me, and reveal that my mom was a double agent for the government. You will pay for this. From that moment on, we became the #1 target of the Siri clan. Things were completely out of hand, and for the first time, I feared for my life and the safety of the people around me. I had to do something, but I didn't know what. Alice, there's no time for discussions. Get in the car. We have to go to the witness protection program now. We are in danger. I can't do it, Mom. You two go.
Alice, this isn't up for discussion.
No, it's not, Dad. I'm sorry. I ran between the cars until I lost them. It's not that I didn't want to go with them, but I was a public figure. The reporters and paparazzi would be after me like hounds. I knew that if I went with them, I would put them in even more danger. I needed to go somewhere where no one knew me. Oh, that's it. Quan, is it too soon to visit?
Not at all. I'm glad you're here.
I held Quan's hand as we waited for the plane to take us to Korea. I took a deep breath. It felt like walking away from a fire. Who said you can't run away from your problems?
Hi, everybody. Welcome to a new Where Are They Now episode. So let's uncover the latest on the Cupid Secrets crew. Alice's parents, Luke and Moon. They just disappeared faster than my motivation on a Monday. But what
They disappeared faster than Gabriel's dad.
everybody really wants to know is
Okay.
where is Alice herself, the villain of her own story? Some say she became
That's
a Buddhist
crazy.
monk. Others that she had facial surgery to look unrecognizable, but something went wrong and she became a circus freak. Some even claim that she was seen living in the middle of the snowy forest, like the Yeti. But still, the mystery remains unsolved. Where is Alice?
I'll give you a where are they now, you gossip-mongering, face-twisting, snitch-ditch-twitch character hack. This villain is right here, crafting a comeback that'll knock your ratings into the next ice age. And talk about facial surgery? You should check yourself first. Wicked witch of the bargain bin, Botox, duck lips, mean fog eyes, and a meme gone wrong disaster. No,
You glow gnome, chicken bone, ice cream cone, glow gnome, stone clone, flip phone, dish home, golden gnome, metronome, drum dome, bone, film dome.
surgeon could fix that.
Calm down. She's not even here.
No, don't shut it off. I want to hear more of her nonsense. Great. Now the power cuts out on me. As if everything else wasn't enough, the electricity there had a mind of its own. It always went out with the worst possible timing. Okay. You know, I'm not usually the nagging type. More like a silent ninja. Until someone turns on that spotlight of lies, you might think we stepped out of a time machine into the past. Well, almost. So this is where Alice is, in the middle of nowhere, picking up cow dung. I know, gross. I should give you a recap of the last year, but I don't really feel like it. Okay,
Yeah.
don't leave. I will. But just because you've been putting up with me since episode 1. Before I start, like and subscribe, and don't forget to never watch MSA on TikTok. Real ones know that YouTube is way cooler. So,
I really watch MSA period, let alone on
Town in
TikTok.
South Korea, where no one knew.
The few times I watch MSA is like I'll be scrolling through YouTube and I'll see an MSA video and I'll be like, I'll react to this on YouTube.
Cared who I was. This is nice. It was not.
At least no one will find us here.
Yeah, because no one knows this place exists. Seriously? I tried searching it on Google Maps, and it just showed a shrugging emoji. Still,
That's
I
crazy.
absolutely fell in love with our new rural life.
Where's Moon
Together
and the
on
other
a
dude?
farm.
Aren't they in danger
Found
too?
this place on Earth. For me, it wasn't that easy.
Alice, collect the cow dung so we could use this for fire.
Not this again. That day, I shouldn't have worn red because it made the bull crazy mad, and he chased me all over the farm until I fell head first into the cow poop pile. Ugh, I hate.
And that was it. After she fell, he was completely humiliated. The bull then then trampled him. When the other guy came out to try and save her, the bull trampled him too. They both fell out shortly after that. That one was nice. That one
On the
was
bright
nice.
side, it's good for your skin.
Oh, really? Then come here. I'll make you a good hydrating mask. Stop running! Living with Quan was awesome, but it never felt like my real life. I just wasn't myself there. To make me feel better, Quan once took me to a nice restaurant in the city, but I felt so paranoid that I went
Well,
with
she
a
was
full
right,
disguise.
nice.
Maybe that wasn't the best option to keep the attention away from me. Everybody kept looking at me, especially one strange guy with a big ginger afro and sunglasses. That guy keeps staring at us.
Can you blame him with those drumsticks in your hair? And this dress looks like you committed a fashion crime.
Duh, I can't leave them out. And this outfit took hours of careful consideration and about 5 outfit changes. As Quan went to pay the bill, I turned to that creep, but he vanished into thin air. After that, I decided to stay in the village and never return to the city. Eventually, I kind of got used to living there. But then, a letter arrived and changed everything.
I got
It
real
was
quiet.
An invitation to Moon and Luke's wedding. I
What?
hadn't talked to anyone from home since I left. I thought they'd eventually forget about me. But turns out, Quan used to drive
That's
out of town
crazy.
to call Moon, and she wanted me to be her maid of honor. Still, I wasn't ready to come back yet.
Sooner or later, you'll have to face your fears.
I'll do it later then.
I have to go.
Nah, that's crazy. Me though.
We said our goodbyes and Quan left. So I had some
Bye.
alone time. After a few days, I started to get really worried. Quan wasn't answering my calls or responding to any of my texts. I waited and waited, but no news. Finally, I called Moon, but she didn't know anything about him either. Nobody did. Before I could think about it, I was already on a plane
Quan?
crossing the world
Who's
to
Quan?
find my
I
boyfriend.
don't know
As soon
Quan.
as I landed, I did a complete makeover to avoid being recognized. I had more important things to do than deal with the paparazzi. After that, I went straight to the police station. I knew who was behind it all. The Siri clan kidnapped my boyfriend.
Do you have any proof?
I have a strong feeling. Does that count as proof?
Maybe he just ran away from you after reading the book.
The whole police station laughed at me. I wanted to throw all their donuts into the garbage, but I didn't. I just stole a few for later.
Besides, we already captured Siri Clan's leader.
What? After I left the police station, I had so many questions in my
Was
head.
what was
Then I
Quan
saw
was
Trevor
leading?
drive by in a cool Porsche and stop not too far away. My heart was beating super fast. And I
Oh, what a
decided to
small
follow
world,
him
hey!
in an alley where it was kind of dark.
It's the terrorist.
Then I heard him talking on the phone.
Keep a low profile.
Watch
Can't
what she
afford any
framed
slip-ups
Quan
right
for
now.
it.
I had planned this all along. I even made that foolish Camillo reveal the clan's secrets in his book to have the leader in prison so I could take over the empty throne of the Siri clan. I did a lot for him, and that thankless man never recognized me. Now, see who the boss is? Me, Trevor, only Trevor.
The terror! He went inside, and I crept closer to the building's window and peeked inside. There he was, stood before a group of exhausted kids.
Kids, if you don't do it my way, you'll be swimming with the fish. Yes, you heard me right. You'll be forced to clean my aquarium again. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, go! Come on! Don't make me get the snorkel gear.
Trevor
Yeah.
not only carried on with the clan's illegal affairs, but also used his power to create an academy for young talents to build his own musical empire. The police weren't helpful, so it
Well,
was
just
my mission to
kidding.
stop him and save Quan.
Vigilante
Break
time.
down his criminal empire. Still, I needed help with that. I needed my friends back. I'm sorry for leaving and ghosting you guys, but I really need you. It's okay. We understand. And we've got to find Quan.
And destroy Trevor. Don't forget about that.
They told me that over the last year, Trevor blocked all their contracts and concerts, sending his army of little singing robots to replace them. He kidnapped my boyfriend and also ruined my band? This time, it's personal. Yeah, I know. That sounded so cool. Like an action movie star. So, I told Moon and Luke about
No,
my
I'm not gonna
master
be able to
plan.
do
So,
this, yeah.
your plan is to just break into the headquarters of a criminal group and steal illegal stuff? Yeah, pretty much it.
Great. Sounds bulletproof.
That night, we snuck over to their lair. and
They're
I
gonna get
saw
caught
2
and
security
flamed for
guards.
it.
Okay, we made it pretty far. Call it a night.
No, we have to take them out. So, Alice, you do it. What? Why me? They won't recognize you with your new makeover. Distract them while we try to find another way in. Before I could protest, Luke and Moon threw me towards them. First,
And that was it. She put on a whole performance and they discovered who she really was. She was stabbed to death. Her friends ran away. Turns out they were members of the Siri clan. This joke is getting old.
I thought I could use my
This
real
joke is
makeover
getting really
content
old.
warning, guys. This might turn into a cringe fest. I walked in
Oh, no.
flirtatious, but I looked like I was
Oh no.
This opportunity is quite hard to come by.
Boo.
Amuse me.
Was just learning to walk for the first time. Excuse me, guys. Do you have names, or can I call you mine?
I'm Frederick.
Mike.
No, I meant I thought your names were Google because you two have everything I've been searching for. Well, that one bombed even harder than my first pickup line. I need to work on my flirting game. In a desperate distraction attempt, I twisted swiftly, aiming for a masterstroke. Fate intervened. My wig slipped off. Uh-oh.
You!
So, time for plan B.
Who's the plan? Guys, look, I can do a backflip. That's the plan.
Stop her!
They jumped on me, but at that exact moment, their radio started playing my favorite song. I went full John Wick mode for real. I grabbed the 2 drumsticks that I always carry around and turned them into lethal weapons. Oh, I forgot to mention that during my time in Korea, I became a black belt in Taekwondo. Silly me. After beating up those two, I tried to find
In reality, she should start screaming, slapping them repeatedly.
Luke. When I got to Trevor's office, I turned it inside out, but found nothing about Quan. I was about to give up when I came across something mind-blowing. A manuscript from Camillo, Cupid's Secrets Part 2. A sequel to my story. Yeah, my head exploded, quite literally. It detailed with amazing precision my life in that little town in Korea. Every little part of it.
Quan, you traitor!
As James Bond's villains, they appeared.
Quan!
Here. So good to see you, babe. I love your new style, but ew, you smell like cow poop.
Trevor and Camillo were at the door of the studio. I lunged at them. You fuck! But an army of guards appeared out of nowhere and
Oh, hey, I was joking.
This is not a kung fu movie. Guards, just take this little rat away.
Trevor, wait. Don't be so hard. She is my ex, after all. Alice, I know what you must be thinking. How did I know all that? Just take a look at the notes.
I looked at the notes. It was some kind of daily report. A really complete one.
Quan,
My
you
heart stopped.
traitor!
Behind all the notes was
It was,
Quan.
I know it!
Quan would never betray me like that.
Whoa!
Lying. Tell me where he is.
Well, you thought the same about Camillo, and look where that got you. You see, Alice, everyone's playing their own game. Quan, in this case, is playing hide and seek. Hide until the book is out and seeking a fortune.
He's gonna be rich, and he just had to sell us his relationship with you. A bargain, if you ask me.
Tears began to roll down my cheeks. Once again, my boyfriend stabbed me in the back.
I told you it was a mistake.
She really
to
just
fire
ain't
me,
meant
kid.
for
Now
love.
leave with your dumb friends. And Luke, just a piece of advice. Next time, don't yell when trying to sneak in somewhere.
Oh yeah? I was caught in a half-open window. What should I have done?
Probably not screaming like a maniac. Push my butt up! Push my butt up! I was completely defeated. I didn't even fight back when his goons kicked us out.
Don't go too far this time. I need good material for our next book. Remember, all good things come in threes.
Luke and Moon kept asking me what happened inside, but I didn't say a word. I just said goodbye and went straight to the airport to disappear once again, and this time for good. Just as I was about to board the plane, I got an audio message from Moon. So, remember that our wedding was supposed to take place today, but got canceled after Quan disappeared? Well, surprise, it's happening, because Quan is back. What? We couldn't find another date available for over a month, so we're gonna get married now. We're just waiting for you. Hurry! Furiously, I rushed out of the airport to confront him. Still, I did a quick pit stop at the hairdresser. Then I did my makeup and put on my dress. What? I was still furious, but it was a wedding. I had to look great, and I did. I burst into the
Whoa,
ceremony
that's debatable.
and saw him next to Luke, who was waiting for Moon at the altar.
You?
I dashed toward him like lightning.
Alice, you look.
Wonderful? Beautiful? Yeah, I know.
What's wrong?
What's wrong? Are you for real? Let's see. Where should I begin? Maybe by the fact that you disappeared from the face of the planet for days?
You told me to do that!
I did what? Yeah, we were being really loud in a church, and everybody was staring at us.
Guys, maybe we can discuss this later?
When did I tell you to disappear?
You sent me a message saying that I should hide and get rid of my phone because the Siri clan was after me. So stayed locked in a hotel all this time. It was quite boring, by the way.
I did no such thing!
I'll show you later. But I couldn't miss Moon's wedding, so I'm here. I'm so glad you're here today too, by the way.
That That didn't make any sense. I hadn't sent any message. He was lying again. What about the book? Yeah, I found your little report notes.
But how?
You wrote everything. All our private moments and secrets just to sell them to Trevor and Camillo?
Wait, what? I did write all of that, but I didn't sell anything. I lost them at the airport.
Like I'm gonna believe that.
I would never sell that. I just took notes of everything because, well, it's quite embarrassing.
More embarrassing than getting your butt kicked in a church by the bridesmaid?
Okay. The truth is, I wanted to write my own book about you. To show the world how nice and cute and wonderful you truly are.
Yeah, this is the part where you go, aww. Still, at that moment, I was confused and shocked.
And that was it. She lost in denial. She refused to believe him and beat the living hell out of him. She was later arrested for assault. It was funny at first. Jokes not getting old.
But when I looked into his eyes, I saw that he was telling the truth. I felt so embarrassed. But then I saw him hiding among the rest of the guests. That weird-looking ginger afro guy that used to spy on us in Korea. Stop that guy! He ran, and I chased after him. Just when he was about to escape, Moon appeared, rocking her wedding dress.
Poyo
and
walked
blocking
away.
his way. He turned around with a crazy taekwondo kick that sent his afro and glasses flying. He was Camillo. He had followed us to Korea to spy on us, and when he found out about Kwan's notes, he stole them from him at the airport. As if that wasn't enough, he and Trevor sent the message pretending to be me and telling Kwan to hide. Why the heck are you here?
I needed to see the showdown. It's the ending of my sequel.
You and your freaking sequel. I'm gonna kill you right now.
Let me.
Kwan stepped forward and headed for Camillo. He grabbed him and shoved him, ready to punch his lights out, but I stopped him.
He deserves it.
But he's not worth
No
it.
Yeah, the last
shit.
thing I need is to get punched by a farmer.
I turned around and slapped Camillo so hard he spun like a startled ballerina. Heck of a writer. I'm about to end your whole career. First, I took care of Trevor. I sent Luke, disguised and armed with a camera, to his music academy. Turns out, Trevor had those poor kids rehearsing day and night, like a twisted version of School of Rock. He got arrested for child abuse, and the Siri clan vanished. My family was finally free, so I went to get them out of the witness protection program. When my dad opened the door, he had the longest beard ever.
It's Santa Claus!
Alice!
Dad hugged me tightly. Soon Mom joined in. I can't breathe, guys. My parents moved back to Rochester and got re-engaged. Another wedding on the way.
Where'd the
With
beard
my mother's
go?
help, I sued Camillo for the rights to my own story. During the trial, it came to light that he had plagiarized other writers. Camillo lost all profits from the book, sequel rights, and his reputation. Last I heard, he was working as a waiter again. I said
That's
cappuccino, not macchiato, you spaghetti brain. Finally, I was free. I had my voice back. Eventually, I found the perfect place to tell my story. So,
And that was it. After recording this, the clan people came for her, killing everyone.
oh, thanks, MSA. They don't pay as much as Hollywood, but they are way cooler. Oh, and the rest of Luke and Moon's wedding was awesome. Our band even got together for a quick reunion show. Then we partied like there was no tomorrow. But there was. I could have never done this without you.
Of course you could have. So, what now?
My real life is here. My family, my friends, my music.
But mine isn't.
We both started crying because we knew that despite that we loved each other, we had to follow our own path. Sometimes love is about letting the other one go. Don't worry, guys. I'm not gonna end this 5-part story with such a downer. You know your girl Alice better than that. So, Kwan returned to that little town life that he loved so much. As for me, the bands got back together and we traveled the world playing our music. Many years later, my music took me to a familiar country. I took a trip to the countryside and reached a lovely farm. Then I saw him. Kwan looked so handsome. I remember the first time we met. He was acting like a tough guy and I was dressed as a goth.
Safe to say, we've both had quite the glow up since then. When he saw me, he smiled.
Well, hello there.
Silence. Time stood still. Electricity, heart racing, and, of course, the famous fireworks. I ran to him, and that was it, guys. The end of my crazy and
that was
this
it.
love always
They were in love, and that was the end of the story. Well, that was interesting. I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed that one. That's nice. I like that one. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Coffee Time. I don't have an outro. Last time I went outside, I got hit by a truck, so I'm gonna stay in here. And that was it. 3 minutes later, a plane crashed into his house, and Jonathan died.